we need to go back to shaming fat people. We need to go back to making fun of them. I mean, if I was president, hell, I'd put all of them in a fat concentration camp so they could concentrate on dieting and exercising because...
So, no due process there. Bad use of language also with the concentration camp.
Is completely not acceptable. I'd have these people back in shape because what people don't also understand is that...
So to put people in concentration camps without due process is absurd. I'm all about using lip service as the president to say we have a huge thing and we need to take care of it.
The healthcare system. Obesity, diabetes...
This is true. They cost about 10 times as much, which is unbelievable. And obese beds for hospitals cost like 13 times as much. It's unconscionable how much.
Heart disease, etc. It's a big problem.
Do you really mean that, or are you just saying that?
Yeah, of course. I'm dead ass. Yeah, if I was president, make me president, I would get rid of the obesity problem like that. I find it interesting that they can lock us up in our homes for almost...
So that's true. I was not a fan of being locked in the home either.
Almost 2 years saying wear a mask, etc. But then I say I'm gonna lock these dudes up in a concentration camp where we're gonna get them healthy food, we're gonna get them exercising, and I'm looked at as crazy.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Crazy. I guess it is crazy to take away due process. People were mad that there was no due process for stay in your house. There's no due process. I mean, this is unbelievable. Yes, the president should be all about, yes, let's get in shape. Let's get in shape.
There's a distinction between having opinions about how COVID was handled and genuinely believing that all fat people should be in a concentration camp.
Yes, a concentration camp. Let me be clear. I'm talking about a concentration camp where they're concentrating on diet and exercise.
You could provide a free one that they could go to that's not a concentration camp. That it's,
I wouldn't necessarily want to go from one extreme to another.
Rehab,
I also would not want to be spewing out stuff just to hopefully get a viral clip.
So he gets the game too. All these people here are pretty big online, and so, you know, these people...
If you could snap your fingers and look like any of us, would you not do it? Like, would it not be worth it?
I probably choose to look like Tyler. I want to go to a place where it's comfortable and it's healthy all around. I'm not doing things that could negatively impact me in a...
Tyler's the tall, really handsome, but somewhat overweight, obese male model.
To get to a place like that, like I've gone through that. I've gone through having eating disorders, from chewing gum and drinking water and starving myself in different ways to achieve something. Like
Greg's just thinking, you should have read my book because, yeah, that guy's talking about cutting calories without having any protein. Yes, of course it's not going to work out. He did fad diets. Greg's like, dear Lord, if they would have read my book.
My dance teacher blatantly told me, if you don't lose a certain amount of weight, I'm kicking you out of the showcase. So what did I do? I resorted to everything that I could possibly do to cut pounds like...
He resorted to things that didn't include protein, like chewing gum, eating crackers, stupid stuff.
And it wasn't sustainable.
Of course it's not.
It really screwed with me mentally, but I was doing it, and of course, like...
You know what? People had told you before about fat and muscle and that you need to put on muscle and have protein. You just didn't listen to it. Because he listened to the stuff that sounded awesome, the lose it fast. And so the whole lose it real fast doing this fad, that you can even lose it fast with protein.
It sort of felt good, but then I fainted in class one time. And that really sucked.
So I feel like he would switch sides if it meant doing it naturally. Like, he's obviously natural, he's natural.
That's what I'm saying.
Obviously not.
I would switch sides if it meant that I could do it in a healthy way. And I mean, obviously, like
he can do it in a healthy way. I'm over here now.
I'm working on that. I'm not saying that what you did was wrong. I really applaud the fact
putting
that you're
people
saying
in concentration
to people
camps
like,
is
hey,
wrong.
This was what my journey was. This is what it took. But I really don't advise that.
Okay, so here's the thing, man. Like, excellence and comfort cannot coexist. If you want to be an anomaly and you want to be the trendsetter, you want to be the top guy.
Everyone's got to find a balance. Muscle grows during rest. There's some truth to what he's saying, but not about the concentration.
You got to be able to be comfortable being uncomfortable. As far as like...
yeah, you got to be uncomfortable being... This content creator knows how to be uncomfortable. He wakes up and posts all the time. That's tough to do.
Weight loss, because you said I'm just saying things to get a viral clip. How would you deal with the obesity problem?
Like I said, pouring life into people. How am I dealing with it? I'm sharing what it's taking.
Explain what pouring life is. Like, what would that actually look like?
As someone who creates content.
So, I don't think Myron or this guy could fix the crisis.
Online.
Greg might could.
I share what it is I do in the gym. I share my routine.
That's
I
not
talk about
always
like,
that
hey,
good.
today was a shit day, but guess what? I pushed past that and I just benched 405. That's more than my weight. When I want to hang out with friends, if I know that my schedule does not allot me that time, but I know that I have this time during the gym, I'll tell my friends like, hey, pull up with me.
So he's joining the good side. He's not on the dark side, and he's on a weight loss journey.
Inspiring others.
400, you're going to feel good about yourself.
What if I told you at the camp, everyone's exercising together and they're inspiring each other? Same thing.
But there's no due process to get there.
Such a negative way. Like, you...
Yeah, if you can provide a Hotel California where they go and get workout for free, where it's taxpayer funded or something where it's subsidized, like community college or something like that.
Approached
but you can't
it from a place of shame and like...
Here we are with commercial. So, yeah, this is pretty bananas.
Most of us have blatantly told you that shame didn't really work. Shame is what led me...
Shame works in Japan, but Eastern and Western countries are very different. Also, content creators are not scared of speaking in public, so which puts them as different.
To an eating disorder. Shame is what led me to unsustainable weight loss.
Whose fault is that,
what
though?
we're looking for is stability.
Whose fault is that you decided to go an unsustainable route with dieting?
So if I was given a...
It is his fault that he didn't do people have told him about the protein while dieting, and he didn't do it, clearly, if he's just eating, crackers.
Timeline that I needed to meet, and I'm trying to figure out, without also having the tools to do so the proper way, and I'm just grasping at straws on how I do it, yeah, it's not sustainable.
Yeah, so whose
it
fault
is
is it
sustainable.